You want your dog to come every single time? And that's what we're gonna go over today. I'm gonna show you how to have that happen.
Recall is something that definitely takes a ton of consistency, but if you are consistent, you can get a dog that comes back every single time they hear their name. So what you want to do is you want to start out on asphalt or pavement so it's not as distracting. And you want to get a good long line and work with the collar that you're used to working with. We recommend slip leads or slip collars. So what you want to do is teach your dog what recall is. So initially you want to start saying their name, and 2 seconds after that you want to say the word come, or you can use here. So you'll say the dog's name and then come, but you want to also be very animated. You want to smack your legs, clap. Some people squat down to get on the dog's level, but you want to be animated. You want to be inviting. You want your dog to want to come towards you. When your dog hears the word come, you're gonna start reeling them in. So you're gonna reel your dog in and you're gonna say good boy or good girl as your dog's coming in. And you're gonna do this consistently. You're gonna do this a bunch of times. And then after time, your dog is gonna understand what come means. When your dog understands what the word come means, then you're gonna start giving the command with the long line attached to them, with treats in your hand or in your pocket, and you're gonna say the dog's name, then come, and if your dog comes, great. The second they turn and start coming towards you, you're gonna start reinforcing that with good boy, good girl, very animated. But if they don't start coming towards you, what you're gonna do is walk towards them, but you're gonna walk towards the end of the line. You're gonna step on the end of the line and then walk towards them on the end of the line so they can't get away from you. Then you're gonna grab the line right where it hooks to their collar, and you're gonna bring them back to where you called them from to reinforce the entire distance that you called them. And this is called reinforcing the command that you gave. If you don't do this, there's no consistency. Your dog doesn't understand that they have to listen to you every single time. And the general rule of thumb is 2 to 3 seconds. If you say your dog's name and then come and you don't get a response within 2 to 3 seconds, then you want to start walking towards them. And if they start coming after that, it's too late. You're still gonna go get them to bring them all the way back to you and sit them in front of you as if they came on their own. After that, you can shape behaviors that you want. You can shape where they sit right in front of you, directly in front of you, or whether they come and they sit by your side. That you can all shape later on. Right now, you just want to condition when they hear the word come, they turn like on the drop of a dime and they come back. And they come back right to you. And that's what you want to condition. After that, everything else is totally easy. You can practice in a fenced-in area where you can drop the line, but your dog can't get away if they decide to bolt after something. And then when you start to call them, if they don't come, you're going to walk to the end of the line instead of walking towards them, and then walk towards them on the line to go get them and bring them back to where you are. But if your dog does respond, the second they turn around is when you want to start reinforcing it. So the second they turn their head and start coming towards you, you want to say good boy or good girl, and then keep saying it over and over again the whole distance while they're coming towards you. Recall is very important and it's super useful in a ton of situations, but it's also something that can save your dog's life. So it is, in my opinion, a must for every dog owner. If you're not willing to teach your dog recall, in my opinion, you shouldn't own a dog, because you can save your dog's life whether you want off-leash obedience or not. There's times where your dog could get off leash by accident and you need that recall to get them back. You never want your dog to get off leash and you not be able to get them back. So recall is something that you need to practice, and you need to condition in your dog that when they hear that word, they turn around. Another big thing about this is making it always positive. You never want to use the word come in the house when you're just calling your dog nonchalantly or to give your dog medicine. to put your dog in the crate, for anything that even could be possibly conceived as negative. Even if you have a backyard and you're calling your dog to come in the backyard, just use their name or let's go or inside, any other word except come. Come is only going to be used when you're calling your dog to come to you and sit down. It's a formal command. Everything else can be let's go, this way, inside, outside, or just their name to get them to follow you. But the best way to do it is every time you call your dog, it's positive. They sit in front of you, or in the beginning, they don't even have to sit. They get a bunch of treats, they get a bunch of praise, and then they get an okay to go back to what they were doing. And then after a little while, you're gonna ask them to sit. So when they come, you're gonna either lure them into the sit or you're gonna push their butt down into the sit. And then they're not gonna be able to move from that because you have no use for the recall if they don't come and stay there until you say it's okay. And they get to go back to what they were doing. So it's a win-win for them. So don't forget to like this video, please subscribe and share it with any of your friends that need to see this. And we'll see you next time.